What are the restrictions of the US embargo on Cuba? Have you ever wondered how a policy from the early 1960s still shapes the lives of millions today? The United States embargo on Cuba is a set of economic, commercial, and financial restrictions that has been in place since 1962. This policy aims to isolate the Cuban government, limiting its access to US markets and financial systems. One of the main restrictions is trade prohibitions. Most exports from the United States to Cuba and imports from Cuba to the United States are banned. There are exceptions for some humanitarian goods like food and medicine, but these requiring specific licenses and are tightly controlled. Financial transactions are also heavily restricted. United States persons and entities cannot engage in direct or indirect financial dealings with Cuban entities, especially those linked to the military or intelligence. This includes prohibitions on transactions with military conglomerates like Grupo de Administración Empresarial S.A., which controls a large part of the Cuban economy. Travel restrictions are another significant aspect of the embargo. United States tourism to Cuba is banned, and travel-related transactions are only allowed under specific categories. These include family visits, official government business, or educational activities. Each of these transactions must be documented and audited to ensure compliance. Investment is also limited. United States persons cannot invest in Cuba or engage with properties that were confiscated from United States nationals after the Cuban Revolution. Title III of the Helms-Burton Act allows United States nationals to sue foreign companies that use these properties, which discourages foreign investment in Cuba. Immigration and visa controls further complicate the situation. The United States restricts immigration from Cuba, including economic refugees, and imposes visa limitations on Cuban government officials and entities. The enforcement of these sanctions extends to lists of Cuban entities and hotels that are restricted for United States persons. This means that the embargo affects not just trade but also tourism and hospitality sectors. From a cultural standpoint, these restrictions have significant social and economic effects on the Cuban people and the broader Latin American region. The embargo limits Cuba's ability to engage in international trade, which impacts daily life and economic opportunities. It also influences migration patterns and diplomatic relations within Latin America, where many countries view the embargo as a barrier to regional integration. The embargo is often seen as a symbol of United States interventionism in Latin America, contributing to political tensions and debates about sovereignty in the region. While there are some exceptions for humanitarian goods, the broad scope of the embargo continues to isolate Cuba economically and politically, shaping its foreign relations and internal dynamics in modern Latin American history.